Hey guys, welcome back, and VR rules. Hey, just noticed a cat in my letter. It's the first time I've ever seen something like this. Oh, this must be a doodle with Jimmy's sketch in my letter. The doodle's very obvious, it might show up in my letters we receive. What's this he drew? I think it's a cartoon cat called Sir Spotty. It's pretty famous in our world. We also have it in our dictionary. Well, I didn't know he was a painter too, that's impressive. Certainly barely qualifies as a painter. Today was Sunday. I climbed out of bed a lot earlier than usual. I wanted to try my brand new VR game before Rocky woke up. All kinds of games available now. FPS, dance games, even X-rated ones. VR gear was a big thing these days, and good ones are also expensive. Ones I got cost about 10 grand. I hadn't told my dad I was buying this for research purposes, which technically wasn't entirely true. There's no way he would have bought it for me. I put the gear on, it was more like a helmet really, it was quite heavy. However, wow, it did feel quite realistic. As if my body has entered a virtual world. I changed my position. That felt so good. I tried all the tricks I could, I was exhausted. Took off the gear and realised that Rocky had been up. He was wearing the same smart glasses I'd bought a while ago. He was looking right in my direction. My eyes widened in shock when I noticed the recording light blinking on my glasses. Rocky, what are you doing? Where you're playing looked so funny, I was decided to keep it for posterity. Record my ass! The automatic streaming option was on. Wait, what? Streaming? Hurried over to my computer, logged into a streaming website and checked my channel. Oh my gosh, everything had been broadcast. There had been over 5 million viewers, went straight to the top of ranking. The commenters had gone berserk. Everyone was screaming pervert, ten in my pants. Someone even said they would dox me. I was so screwed. Interesting. 11 PM. Warehouse 23, Port of Busan. The warehouse was half full. There was an asphalt barrel in the middle of it, but it did not seem to belong there. I walked towards it and checked its contents. As I had suspected, it wasn't filled with asphalt. A person had been stuffed inside. It was a very muscular man. He was barely breathing. This morning at work I'd received an express delivery. There was no photo in the envelope, but time and location written on its back. The same barrel as in the centre of the photo. It was at the exact same spot where I was looking right now with my own eyes. Then I heard scurrying footsteps near the gate of the warehouse and clinking sound of guns. Warehouse 23 belonged to a Musan gang. It could not have been more obvious this was a trap set by me by Choi Ho Han. Yet I had to come. 20 minutes later, the muscular man and I were tied together, sitting on the ground with our backs against each other. The 2 guards were in charge of watching us and waiting for their replacement, but they were so sleepy I could barely keep my eyes open. It's pretty late after all. Anyone who had to watch 2 middle-aged men like us would get sleepy. I quietly got a rope with a razor blade glued to my sleeve. All the guards were dozing off. When I grabbed the Glock 43 was hidden in my pant neck and covered it with my palms. After years of police work around here, I knew every single warehouse like its port like the back of my hand. All warehouses from 15 to 25 were large sized ones. They're usually filled with huge cargo containers. There are some reinforcements outside to distract them. I should be able to defend myself inside with even only 6 bullets. But they were not the only ones waiting for their prey tonight. This is all part of my plan. There was a shoddy clock on the wall of the warehouse. It made a tickling noise every time a hand moved. The hand was almost at 12, and the minute hand was 10 minutes away from it. I gave a muscular man a signal in his palm, and waited patiently. I handed the gun to him. Lots of noise were coming from outside the warehouse. It sounded like a lot of people and cars. Same moment, when minute hand hit 12, we both stood up and ran towards the back of the warehouse. However, I didn't expect the muscular man to suddenly trip and fall after a few steps. His legs were presumably numb and stiff after being cramped for so long. Those 2 guards were wide awake now. Multiple gunshots echoed inside the warehouse, but never intended to let us go out of here alive. We saw no reason to hold back anymore. And I saw holes exploding all over the muscular man's body, right in front of me. Fuck you all, you monsters, bastards, motherfuckers. Go to hell! Turned around and raised my gun. With chaos, a bullet hit my thigh. Suddenly all the bullets flying in the air seemed to be moving in slow motion. They were so slow I could even see the rotation of the vapour trails. I realised that He had woken up. When I woke up, I was lying in a cheap motel somewhere. Had changed into some clean clothes. It was a half-eaten sandwich, a glass of orange juice, and a nightstand next to my bed. I opened my left fist first, expecting there was a note or a message that looked like it had been written by a child. These new clothes cost 50,000. I survived. But Choyo Han had got what he wanted to do again. I had lost an important person in my life again. That's interesting. Oh my life, that's going to be interesting. So I just realised what I just did. Let's try this, shall we? Perhaps we were desperate to stay awake, but two guards were watching porn together from their phone. Lots of noises coming outside the warehouse. It sounded like a lot of people in cars. Same moment, the minute hand hit 12, we both stood up and ran towards the back of the warehouse. However, I didn't expect a Muslim man to suddenly trip. The sound was falling alarm for guards. I never intended this as I get alive. Fuck you all, you monsters, bastards, motherfuckers. Go to hell! When I woke up lying in a cheap motel somewhere. Okay. I survived, but yeah, you got what you wanted to do. I lost an important person in my life, so you didn't do any change. The game was so nauseating, I made the right decision to have my partner carry a gun. I was so wise. The game isn't super boring if you weren't actually shooting something. Took the grit 10 grand helmet off and threw it back into a drawer. Rocky was still snoring in his bed. He'd probably stayed up last night for a soccer game. Never mind him, I was going to head out on Roman streets. Put up smart glasses I'd bought a while ago and snuck out of school. Into a three-dimensional world. See if S. So he's got the S rank. Those two got to go in interesting order. Let's see which order it goes. Perhaps I was so desperate to stay awake, we started watching porn. Just in case our legs are too stiff to run, the muscular man and I quietly shifted around and a bit to loosen our legs. Lots of noise were coming around from outside the warehouse. It sounded like a lot of people in cars. At the same minute hand also at 12. Both stood up and ran towards the back of the warehouse. By the time the two guards noticed we were gone, already taking cover behind the cargo containers. Any time now. Just a little longer. The guard with a gun was walking towards the back of the warehouse and the other one was behind him. I needed to stall a little longer. I couldn't let them come any closer. I stared at their stretched shadows on the ground. I had to battle my gun peeping out from behind the containers. When I pulled the trigger, my first shot of the right hand of a guard in front. Seeing a partner hunt and screaming pain, the guard stopped moving. The garage gates opened slowly and they were here. Right on time. Hey, we did it. A new post we got. Please, brother, help me.
어떻게 이럴 수가?
Damn it, 12 and I need a gun. Well, you're next, apparently. Let's carry on with the story of Kang Baekya. It's midnight. Warehouse 23, Port of Busan. Realised he'd been backed into a corner because the people who'd come in from the gate was not Lieutenant Kim Yong-ho and his men from Unit 3. Lieutenant Kang, long time no see. My old rival, leader of the gangman group of a Musan gang. Choyo Han. The drug case around this area had always been handled by Unit 1 and my Unit 4. Drug smuggling was one of the main sources of income from Musan gang, so Choy and I had plenty of deals with each other. Long time no see. I did see your son a week ago, he looked pretty good. Oh, by the way, heard you've been in a bad mood recently. Would you like me to get you some antidepressants? Oh, I mean necessary, but you're right. I haven't been doing too well, that's why I bought myself some new toys to cheer myself up. Wanted to share the fun with me, Lieutenant Kang. Everything quite quiet for a brief moment, suddenly a loud orchestra of metallic noise erupted in the warehouse. The containers were riddled with bullet holes. There's even voice powering out from an M134. Show your hand. That's indeed impressive. He was my son. My lovely son. And he fucking blew off his head off. Today I'll blow your entire body into fucking smithereens. I crashed on the ground and covered my head with his hands. My Glock 43 had run out of ammo. This couldn't get any worse. There was a toy gun on the ground. Where did a toy gun come from? A toy gun against an M134? Couldn't help but chuckle a ridiculous thought. But apparently someone else had come up with the same idea. The muscular man picked up a toy gun and came out from behind the containers. I didn't have a chance to stop him. Everything had happened so fast. A toy gun couldn't possibly take on the M134. Saw numerous bullets fly into his body. The ground behind him was quickly covered in bloody red mess. How did it end up like this? It was 10 PM. There weren't many people in the station. I ran down to the basement, pushed open the door to the armory and yelled, "Excuse me, I need to check out a handgun." Been assigned to this position for quite a few days, but I haven't received a firearm. However, the office was very bureaucratic and inefficient. I suppose people had been telling me the truth. Custodian in charge of the armory, so he turned his face towards me. He hadn't shaved his wrinkled face for a long time. All his facial hair was wet with tears and snot. I noticed the TV behind him. He was watching a very popular TV drama, The Descendants. I had to speak at the top of my lungs to name I needed a gun, trying not to be drowned out by the hysterically bawling and heroin of TV. Though he was still quite invested in the show, the old man still hadn't forgotten his duty. He had explained the rules while holding back his tears. Check out, up to and including 2 guns, please follow a green B24 and have it signed by Lieutenant of your unit. Firearms were available immediately. Check out more than 2 guns, about C-15, have it signed by a captain. Weapons will be available in 5 hours. Took the form. Tore a pink C-15 form into pieces. Sir, you gotta be kidding me. 5 hours? It's really a matter of life or death. I just need a tiny handgun. Sat on my desk. Don't sit on my desk. Pulled up 2 napkins out of a box, blew his nose and wiped his tears away. Turned around and refocused on the TV screen. Hero had just been diagnosed with a terminal illness. His hero's turned to bawl hysterically. Squeezed a torn piece of my paper into my palm and tossed him to a trash bin by the dorm. Let out a sigh. Fine. Should be okay if we just go ahead without a gun, right? This is interesting. So, those 2 can't go on that side. They can be replaced with each other. This one can go on that side. There. Can't go under. Interesting. Can go down there. I don't know how those 2 that can't go on that side either. Interestingly, that can't move it at all. The only thing I can do there is remove that one, remove a toy gun from the equation, so you're going to get that one regardless. Let's try that. You're going to get an S rank because your toy gun's not over there. Machine gun slowly stopped. I heard lots of people yelling. I peeked outside to take a look. Some men from a Gangnam group were holding down a pretty buff young man, breaking his head to the ground. His head was already covered in blood. Troy Johan grabbed his hair and pulled it back violently. I saw his face. Yo, remember correctly, isn't this new guy in your unit? Lieutenant Kang? What a cute silly one he is. Came all the way here to save his special lieutenants without even bringing a gun. Who drinks Scooter? Him or my son? Fuck you. His nose and mouth were bleeding heavily. He kept mumbling through the blood. Lieutenant, don't mind me. He fired machine again. The kid's fragile flesh was torn into pieces. I don't think you fucking want to mind you. What the fuck were you doing here? Didn't you know meant not to fucking tell you about our mission? This goddamn place. And you idiot. Didn't even bring your fucking gun. How would you defend your precious justice? Have some lieutenant unit. Looked down at a green B2 form in my hands and had idea. I clutched a form from my hand and ran back up to Unit 4, stopping at the lieutenant's desk. Put my hand on the handle of the drawers. My heart was beating rapidly in my chest. This would be a huge mistake. Forging his signature. In all seriousness, this would be a crime. What the hell was wrong with me? Calm down and think. There must be another way. Speaking of which, I remember seeing a toy gun on the custodian's desk earlier. Should be okay, we'll just go ahead without a gun, right? Interesting. Both stories are linked. How's that? Yeah, different. VM-134 abruptly stopped firing when I heard the sound of metal hit my ground. Peeked out to see it show your hand and dropped his machine gun and was covering his abdomen with his right hand. Fuck! But other people here, you morons! Find them! Soon I heard the sound of people fighting. Yet Choyo Han had held onto the machine gun again, pointing right in my direction. He kept staring in our direction like a hawk. He was not going to let us get out of here alive today. About 20 minutes later, some men from a gangman group were holding down a pretty buff young man. Choyo Han grabbed his hair, pulled it back violently. Yeah, if I remember correctly, isn't this new guy from the unit? Okay, maybe without even bringing it in a gun. Fuck you. Lieutenant, don't mind me. You're dead. You idiot, you're not even bringing a fucking gun. How can you defend your precious justice? Assigned Root Lieutenant, looked down at green B2 form, had an idea. If I swap the forms over, will that be different, I wonder? In all seriousness, it'd be a crime. What the hell was wrong with me? Calm down and think, there must be another way. There was a toy gun on the ground, I picked up a toy gun. Could this be useful? Whatever. It was better than nothing. So you're Van K, but you're dead. Will that change anything, I wonder? Yeah, it changes both of them, apparently. Felt blush rushing to my head as I picked up a gun. Turned back to the army and slammed up my desk. I dropped on the ground on my knees. Sir, I'll tell you something. Becoming a police officer has always been my dream ever since I was a kid. I've always thought one day I'll finally become a police officer who would be able to defend justice and help people who are in need. Even though Lieutenant Kang was an ally's temper, loved smoking off and main-temp me, he was always doing paperwork and he likes junk food. But as a police officer and defender of justice, I can't let him be in danger without doing anything. And sir, if you don't like my gun now, it'll be too late. Custodian turned his face again, looking at the top half of my head behind the desk. While his tears were welling up in my eyes, there's nothing compared to a river coming down his face. So back up just enough for my pants. Well, I tried. Wait. He wiped his face clean and put on his jacket. I can't break the rules and loan you a gun. However, I'll come with you. Oh, by the way, bring this along too. Shoved a toy gun into my hand. A toy gun? Are you kidding me right now? However, the old man seemed dead serious. I took the gun into my waistband. Still, as a rookie cop, what I had right now is a toy gun with a custodian and a checkpoint counter of the armory. I was beginning to feel uncertain about the rescue mission. Heard lots of people yelling. He'd outside Choyo Han was lying on the ground, unconscious. His lackeys were completely frantic, running around hysterically. Don't know exactly what happened, but it was my only opportunity. I charged into the crowd and took a gun from one of the mobsters. However, even weapon and I was still outnumbered. Just when I was about to be swamped, I saw a shadow running behind the bastards. First I thought it was just my imagination, but then the bastards suddenly kept falling to the ground, one after another. A familiar yet annoying figure jumped out into a huge cargo container. With his left hand behind his waist and his right hand waving some kind of strange white cloth, he shouted to the entire warehouse. Listen up, you evil bastards! Today is the day you're going to see justice being served by me! I'm going to arrest every single one of you, bring you all to a police station. I was 100% sure now. The only person who could say something was out in the army, was him. Who knew this kid had some talent, despite seeming a little off. Thanks to him, half an hour later, the only people who were still standing were all from our side. Just another empty gun into the ground. One of those bastards was lying near my feet and saw half a packet of cheap cigarettes. I wasn't feeling picky at the moment, so I just lit one for myself. Seemed to help with the exhaustion a little bit. What a night. I need a beer when I get back before I went to sleep. Sat down my bottom man and body goodbye. I'd like everyone to get back up again. I looked at Chang Yun Min. He'd been jumping up and down, upside down for half an hour, doing his weird karate, but he didn't seem tired at all. Young people. Huh. You're operating without authorization, you know that, right? Yes, sir. This is me defending my justice. Yes, sir, my ass. Look at that grin of yours. What's the deal with your voice? So loud it hurt my skull. Well, whatever. Hey, double S. Yay, we got some new missions in the post box. We'll do that next time, shall we? So then, thanks for watching, guys. Have a wonderful day, and bye-bye.